My mother was a real witch. And no, I'm not saying that she was mean to me all the time. She called herself a witch, and she did so with pride. You see, her religion was Wicca, which is it's a system of beliefs that's often fitted into the category of religions known as paganism. But what exactly is paganism? Is a bunch of old ladies sitting around eating babies and worshiping the devil? No, not at all. Paganism is a wide category of religions. It can be hard to define, but generally it's seen as being any religion that's either non-Abrahamic, meaning it's not Christianity or Islam or the Jewish religion, or it's polytheistic, meaning they believe in multiple gods and or goddesses, or even those just based on pre-Christian European traditions. There are many pagan religions, including Wicca, like my mother, or the Druids, just to name a couple. Much as in many denominations, there are many denominations within Christianity. Pagans can vary greatly in some of their beliefs and their practices, while still having many similarities. Attitudes regarding gods and the divine can vary greatly. Pagans can be just about anything, whether it's monotheist, polytheist, or pantheist. There's also a lot of variations among those who believe in gods with regard as to what gods are. Some see gods as literal beings, while others regard them as symbolic archetypes created by the human consciousness. And within paganism, there's a widespread, but not universal belief in something called magic. We've all heard about it. Conceptions as to what magic is, what it's used for, and how it functions vary greatly among pagans, as does the importance placed upon the practice of magic. For some, it's central, whereas for others, it plays just a minor role, or they may even have no belief in magic whatsoever. For those that do believe in magic, though, you might say it plays a similar role to prayer, basically performing some sort of sacred ritual in hopes that things might go the way you want. One of the hardest things about being pagan, as I've witnessed by my mother's experiences, is that people in society are still very much narrow-minded when it comes to this type of belief system. Many times when my mother was in a discussion with other people about her religion, some indecent and disrespectful person would just come out and tell her, "You're evil, and you're going to burn in hell for all of eternity." Now, on a bad day, if my mom wasn't feeling all that sweet, she might respond with, "You know what, it's your hell, you burn in it." But on most days, my mom was a little more kind-hearted, and she'd realize that talking to these people, it wasn't going anywhere. She'd simply return the phrase, her most often coined phrase, which was "blessed be," and she would just walk away in peace. And this has been my experience with most pagans that I've ever met. You might more accurately describe many of them as being a bunch of hippies rather than devil worshippers. It's just not the case. While there's always nut jobs in every walk of life, I've never met a single pagan that sacrificed animals, and especially not humans, as part of their prayer rituals. In fact, pagans tend to respect the lives of animals and even plants to, a religious level. Their beliefs are based primarily on the notion that God is in nature and in ourselves. Nature to them is everything in the universe, everything in existence, from the plants in the ground to the animals crawling along our feet to the water flowing through the stream and even our own souls, and that all of these things are interconnected. And many believe that we've become disconnected from nature and the universe, and the rituals they perform are often an attempt to reconnect to nature and to each other and to the parts of ourselves that we've lost touch of, all for the fulfillment of our souls. Now, the term pagan hasn't really been around all that long. Pagan religions actually predate more popular religions of today. They just didn't call themselves pagans because, pretty much all religions were pagan religions. They had no reason to distinguish themselves until the arrival of the more popular Abrahamic religions in today's world. Only then was it necessary to create any distinction. So while many people see these religions and think they're mere fads or they're just temporary, fleeting forms of beliefs or religions, they've actually been around a long, long time, and they should be respected just as any other system of belief. So in a nutshell, saying pagan is much like saying Christian. It's merely a broad term for people who hold certain beliefs. It doesn't mean they're evil. It doesn't mean they're weirdos. They just value a different system of beliefs than the more prominent religions today. My mother died just a couple weeks into the semester, and I still miss her a lot. And while I never really shared in her pagan beliefs, the thought of her passing from this world as basically a returning of her soul to Mother Nature, and that she's everywhere and in everything in the universe, it brings me a lot of comfort. It's a sweet thought. And the real comfort doesn't come from me believing it to be true as well. The comfort I get is from the knowledge that she died believing that it was true, and that brought her peace in her heart. And in any religion, isn't that really what it's all about? Thank you.